So in keeping with the theme of the koshas, with this week being the fifth kosha, focusing on the bliss body. Oh, and before I forget, we are going to use a strap in this class. So just, you don't have to get it now, but just make sure you have one close by. We're going to welcome the opportunity to stand. Oh, so when I say that opportunity to stand, some people have told me that sitting seems long in the class. And so most of these positions can be done standing. And if that is an option for you, I encourage you to try it. And again, if I remember, I will offer suggestions for if you're standing, there may be a different foot placement that you might find beneficial, but you can, for the most part, you can always stand in mountain pose, which is when your feet are about hip distance apart. But again, any of the upper body movements are great ones to do standing. So I thought before we actually did the mudra and meditation, would start with alternate nostril breathing. And the reason I chose that, again, bliss body, we're trying to create balance, and alternate nostril breathing is a great one to do that. So if you remember, you're going to close off, and I'm going to be doing this with my actual right hand, so I'm not mirroring you. So listen to the directions versus what you see me doing on the screen. So I'm going to take my right thumb and close off my right nostril. I have my two fingers up between my eyebrows, or you can curl them under, whichever is more comfortable. And then you want to leave this ring finger flexible, because eventually that will close off the left nostril. So we're going to take an inhale through the left nostril, then close off the left nostril, exhale through the right. Then inhale through the right, and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, close it off, and then exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left, inhale through the left, exhale through the right, inhale through the right, exhale through the left. Continue this at your own pace. We're going to take about a minute. And then to complete the breath, you just want to make sure that your final exhale is on the left nostril. Then you can release your hand down and just breathe normally. And then so our mudra is going to be the Prashna, Prana, Kriya mudra. This is the gesture of purifying wisdom for stability in body and breath. And you're going to take your index finger to the lowest joint of the thumb, and then we're going to flip it on both hands. And then we're going to allow the gesture to have the back of the hands rest on the lap. And this particular mudra is good for this stabilizing both breath and body, so that we can move to a Kriya, which is considered the cleansing necessary to prepare for meditation. It supports rhythmic breathing and calms the nervous system. So as you hold the mudra, I invite you to gently take several natural breaths as you close your eyes, attuning to all the feelings and sensations evoked by this gesture. Notice how your breath is naturally directed downward towards the base of your body. instilling a sense of stability and grounding. Take several breaths to attune to this growing sense of stability, allowing it to permeate your pelvis, legs, and feet, creating a firm foundation for your meditation journey. As your lower body becomes more rooted to the earth beneath, take some time to sense how your breath expands at the very base of your lungs, deepening your breathing and enhancing your sense of stability. As your body and breath become more stable and serene, your awareness naturally rests at the very base of your brain, the place where the cervical spine meets the cranium. Take several breaths to attune to the area of your brain, noticing how your breath becomes even slower and more rhythmic, naturally deepening your sense of stability and serenity. Now sense the base of the body, the base of your lungs, and the base of your brain simultaneously. And as stability and serenity permeate your entire being, you rest in absolute stillness and peace, the foundation of your meditation journey. And then as you feel ready, you may slowly release the gesture, taking several breaths to experience greater stability in the body and breath. When you're ready, gently open your eyes, returning slowly and gently into the room. And so to start our practice, we're going to ground with our feet. So I'm going to move back so you can see me better. Hopefully I don't lose this camera because it's been acting up. So hopefully you'll still be able to see me okay. Okay, so let's just start by really focusing on the feet. I'm gonna suggest that a lot in this practice. So again, great practice if you want to stand for this one in particular that we're going to start with on the feet. You can experiment with it. If there's at any point where we're lifting the feet, just make sure you're near the chair so that you can hold onto it so that you can balance. But we're just going to start by lifting one foot, and the foot that's lifted is above the ground. Then press the opposite foot into the ground so you can feel that connection with your foot. And then release the opposite foot down, lift the other foot. And again, feel that connection. So what we're doing is we're basically taking a longer or an exaggerated marching step with one foot coming down and the other going up. And what we're doing is really sensing how our foot connects to the floor. So just a very gentle movement, again, like a marching movement, but very much slowed down. And at least what I have found over time is that if I really want stability and ease, pauses and slowing down are one of the best remedies. I'm a chronic rusher, and it's hard to have stability and ease when you're rushing around doing 20 things at once. Okay, so when you've done that a few times, now just connect both feet to the ground and just feel the stability of how the feet connect with the ground. If it wasn't winter, I would urge, well, you could do it if you're winter. I mean, some people like to polar bear, but if it wasn't winter, you know, really going outside in a grassy field and connecting with the ground is a marvelous way to do this. And if you've ever done yoga in the grass without a mat, it's a very different sensation. Okay, so now we're going to just come up on our toes and then gently back on the heels, lifting the toes. Up on the toes and then back on the heels. Up on the toes, back on the heels, lifting the toes. Up on the toes, back on the heels. 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 And then pick up the pace a little bit and just allow that marching action to happen and see if even though you're going a little bit faster, Can you still note that connection in the feet? And then pause the movement of the feet. We're going to take one leg, extending it forward, sliding the foot along the ground, and then lifting the toes. And then releasing the toes down and bringing it back. Taking the other leg, same movement, extend forward, lift the toes, release the foot down, coming back. And again, coming forward, lift, and bring it back. Coming forward, lift, bring back. We're going to take it one more time on each side. Come forward, lift, and back. And last one, coming forward, lift, and back. Now, our legs are feeling nice and stable. I'm going to also suggest that you just tune in to how the buttocks are meeting the chair. So we've got one point of connection to stability, which is the feet. The other point is our butt. So maybe just holding onto the chair if that's comfortable. Just lift one butt cheek, then the other, one butt cheek, and then the other, one butt cheek, and then the other, and just going side to side a few more times, and then just settle in so that you feel grounded in the chair. So we're grounded in the feet, grounded in the chair. Now we're going to come up to our neck, and we're going to inhale, gazing up towards the ceiling. And on an exhale, we're going to release the chin towards the chest. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale, release the chin towards the chest. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, release the chin towards the chest. Inhale, gazing up. Inhale, release the chin towards the chest. And once more, inhale, gaze up. Exhale, release the chin towards the chest. Bring the head back to center. And now we're going to turn the head from side to side. And I know it seems like we're multitasking, but as we bring one arm up and turn the head, see if you're also aware of the feet connecting to the ground. So we're going to inhale the arms up, turning the head. And then we're going to exhale, bringing the arm down, head comes back to center. Inhale, coming up and turning the head. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Then pause that movement. We're going to allow one arm to stretch out as the head turns towards the shoulder in the opposite direction. And then release the hand, bring the head back to center, taking it to the other side. Coming back to center, taking an exhale as the head drops. Inhale as it comes back. Exhale, head drops. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, head drops. Inhale, coming back. And exhale, head drops. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, head drops. And an inhale, and last one, exhale and inhale. Now again, focusing on the feet and the buttocks on the chair. We're going to bring the palms together at the heart center. And then we're going to lift up, lifting from the tail, the shoulders up and overhead, and then the head also raises. And on an exhale, the hands come back to heart center. Noticing the connection of the ground, even though we're bringing that energy upward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And once more, inhale and exhale. Now we're gonna flip the hand so that the fingers are pointed down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And once more, inhale up. Exhale down. Now, I think some of you know that I've been doing some work for myself with some arm issues I've been having, and I recently started doing this practice. It's a really good movement for the shoulder and humerus, which connects into the shoulder joint, so this upper arm. And take it slow. Your arm may not move as far as mine does, or it may move farther, okay? So there's no right or wrong way in terms of the position of the arm. The only thing I'm going to caution is you wanna make sure it's the arm that's moving and you're not just twisting your hand. So you wanna focus on a rotation from the shoulder blade and that upper arm. And so again, this is part of stability, being able to concentrate on a specific part of the body. So we're going to start with one hand in front. My palm is facing up. Thumb is pointing towards that wall here. So we're going to inhale. And again, the breath can go as is good for you. I'm bringing that arm out to the side, and then I'm gradually rotating that upper arm, and the hand follows along so that now the pinky is pointed towards the ceiling as I'm raising that arm up. And then you're gently bringing it back down. When it gets to the shoulder, we're going to gently again rotate this arm, bringing the palm back to the heart center, or back to just a little bit below. Yeah, it's about heart center height. It's not at shoulder height. So then we're going to come up again. Inhale, bringing it out to the side, gently rotating that upper arm as we're bringing the thumb pointed down and the fingers point, or the pinkies pointed up. And then we're coming back down. Again, rotating that arm very deliberately, bringing the hand back forward. And then once more, inhaling. And then as I'm coming up, I'm gradually rotating that arm, the hand turns. And then we're exhaling as we come back down. Releasing the hand down. Again, I'm going to stop cueing the breath because I know for this one, people are probably at varying lengths of the breath. Just remember to inhale and exhale at various points in the movement. So we're going to take the other hand up, same idea. And you may notice that one arm has more range of motion than the other. We're turning it so that the pinky is pointed up. Maybe it comes up a little bit further, maybe it doesn't. And then we're coming back down, flipping the palm, bringing that palm forward. We're going to take it 2 more times, coming out, rotating the arm as it begins to come up, and then gently coming back down, coming back to center, and one more time, taking that same movement, finding the point to do your rotation, come back up, and then back to center. Now we're going to try to do both arms at once. And it may be challenging because the arms may go to different places. Just be aware of it. No right or wrong. Here we go. We're coming out. We're gradually moving that arm, bringing the arms up. And then we're coming back down, flipping the arms as the arm rotates, or flipping the hands as the arm rotates. And we're going to take it again, out to the side, flipping, coming up. And then coming back down. And last one. And again, don't feel you have to really get a full extension here. Just take it where it's comfortable. You may feel a little bit of twinge in your shoulders and arm as you do this. And then we're just gonna shake it out a little bit, maybe taking the one shoulder up, back and down, and then the other. So you're now exercising those shoulder joints. And then let's bring both shoulders up, back and down, up, shoulders back and down, up, back and down, up, back and down, up, back and down. And then let's bring the hands, again, a little bit lower than shoulder height, so right about parallel with the heart center. We're gonna take, the fingers are curled, and we're gonna grasp the fingers of the other hand, which are also curled. And what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be pressing those elbows out to either side of the wall as we're pressing into the fingers. So you're getting a little isometric stretch. And again, what we're doing here is we're strengthening that upper arm. Just feel that stretch and strengthening, breathing. Exhale, release the strengthening, and then we're going to take it on the other side. And once again, strengthening as you press those elbows to either side of the wall. Full breaths in and out. And then exhale, let's release those hands down. And once again, do whatever feels good for those shoulder joints. And now we're going to do our finger movements. So we're going to start with the hands wide. I'm going to come forward again because it'll be easier to see, I think. So we're going to spread those fingers wide. Then we're going to bring them into a claw. And then we're coming into a beak. So all fingers are coming towards the thumb. And then we're going to bring them in and we're just moving the wrist up and down. Then we're going to circle those wrists. And then we're going to circle them in the other direction. And then we're going to come out of it. So we've got the puppy hands. Then we come into our beak. And then we come into our claw. And then we spread the fingers wide. And then we're bringing the fingers together and apart, together and apart, together and apart, together and apart. Flipping the hands, we're going to stretch each of the fingers. And then we're going to stretch the wrist. And then we're coming over to the other side. Same idea, stretching each of the fingers. Stretching the wrist. Shaking it out. And then we're going to play those pianos, keys, get those pearly whites moving. Maybe you've got an inner song that starts to go along with it. And then we're going to conduct the orchestra. Okay, now we're going to move into our archer arms. Now, if you choose to do this one standing, I'm going to give you the option of really looking like an archer or a warrior by taking your feet into a warrior pose. So again, if you want to do that standing, then when we do the arm movements, you're doing it from the perspective of a warrior, okay? It looks like we've got a lot of people standing, which is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to instruct from the chair, but since you're going to have your feet in this position, we're going to do it on this side first. So the toe is pointed in the same direction as the arm that has the arrow. And so for those of us sitting in a chair, you can have your feet either like this, or if you want to mimic that pose, you can do this. And we're going to do it all on one side first, then we'll switch to the other side. So we're going to bring the arms up into a T, pressing towards either side of the room. And then we're going to take the index finger pointed towards the wall, thumb is up, making a fist. We're going to bring that hand across to the shoulder and draw the bow back. Taking a full breath as you do this, several breaths here. And then let's press those hands out again, release the hands down. If you need to loosen the shoulders, feel free to do so before we take it again on this side. And then let's take it again. This time, same hand is the arrow, coming across, drawing that bow back. And just breathe. And then once again, press the hands out to either side. Release the hands down. If you're standing or seating and you've manipulated your feet, you want to take it now so that the toe is now going to face the same wall that the arrow is. So in my case, it's the left hand here. So here we go, coming up. And then finger is towards the wall, thumb is up, fisting with the opposite hand coming over to that shoulder, drawing the bow back. And breathing. Then again, pressing both hands out towards either side of the room. Making an arrow with the one hand, drawing the fisted hand across so that we're drawing our bow back. Remembering to breathe. Then extend the arms out again. Exhale, release the arms down, bring the feet back so that they're in our mountain pose, about hip distance apart. Then we're going to bring those arms up again, and we're going to bring one arm across, stretching that back shoulder. Bringing the arms out again, and coming across again, stretching the other shoulder. And breathe. And then we're going to release the hands down. Again, take any movements to loosen up those shoulders that you may need to do. And then we're just going to do a little bit of a movement to widen the shoulder blades and then bring them together. So we're bringing the hands up into cactus arms. And then as we bring the forearms and palms together, you're going to feel the shoulder blades come apart. As we open up the arms, the shoulder blades are coming together. Again, we're focusing on grounding as well as this movement, so pay attention to the feet on the ground as well as the butt on the chair. And just breathe with the movement. Finding the pace of the movement that works best with your breath. And taking it one more time. We're bringing those palms together and then bringing them apart, and then exhale, releasing the hands down. And we're going to do a little stargazing. So I'm taking one hand where I'm deliberately focusing on the fingers pointing towards the ground, and then I'm going to bring the other arm up and I'm turning my head to gaze up towards the fingers pointing towards the stars. And then we're releasing that hand down, it points towards the ground, the other hand comes up as we're gazing towards the stars. And same movement again, opposite side, gazing towards the extended arm up, releasing it down, and the other hand comes back up, coming back down and up. Back down and up, and then release that hand down. We're now going to do our eagle arms and legs. So we're going to cross the left hand over the right. So you've got a little crossing movement here. Back of the hands come towards one another. Other hands, the fingers come together. So I've got the left hand over the right, which means we're going to cross the right leg over the left. We're going to breathe. Now, if you wanted to do this standing, the foot movement would be that you would be balancing in this case, it would be the left leg, and then you're going to cross the right over. Now I keep my foot on the ground because for me, that's more stable. So now you have a balanced pose. You can bring the leg up, but I prefer to keep my foot on the floor. And this would be eagle. And then you're going to uncross the leg, uncross the hand. And again, you can stand for the next side if you like. We're going to now bring the right hand over the left. Back of the hands come together, interlace the fingers, and then we're crossing the other foot over so it's this case, it's the left foot over the right. So opposite hand, opposite leg, and breathe. And then uncross the arms, uncross the legs. Let's take some tricep movements now. So we're going to take the palm of the hand coming right to the back of the shoulder blade, allowing that elbow to point towards the ceiling, and then bringing the opposite hand on top of that elbow, and we're going to come to a lateral bend for count of 3. So over, and then inhaling back up, exhaling, inhale back up, and exhale, inhale back up. Release the top arm down, and then the other arm, and now we're going to take the palm to the other shoulder blade, and again, helping that elbow point towards the ceiling. That right hand is now on the left elbow, and we're exhaling over to the right. And inhale, coming back up. Exhale over to the right. Inhale back up, and last one, exhale over to the right, and inhale back up. Release the top hand down, and then the other hand down. And again, if you need to move the shoulders to help loosen them up a little bit, please feel free to do so. Now we're going to do our bicep curl. So fingers are spread wide, making a fist, bring it up to the shoulder, and then releasing it down. We're taking an inhale up and an exhale down. Notice how your feet and butt are still grounded. And then pause the movement on this side. We're going to take it over to the other side. And we're going to take both together. And last one, and release. So just like we did with Stargazer, we're going to lift one arm up, and this time we're just going to come over a little bit. So we're doing a gentle lateral bend, keeping the buttocks on the chair, and then coming over to the other side. So we're just doing a couple of lateral bends here, taking it at your pace. You can take it as fast or as slow as you like. And then whenever you feel like you've completed that range of motion, just come back to center. We're going to extend the arms in front, and then we're going to interlace the fingers, flipping the palms, and then taking a nice full body stretch. Again, pressing the feet and butt in towards the ground as we're pressing up towards the ceiling. So a nice connection between earth and sky. And then exhale, releasing the hands back down. We're now going to do some twisting movement. So we're going to bring our arms up into a T, and then we're going to gently come from one side back to center, to the other side, and back to center. It's just a very gentle twist. The butt is still in the chair. And then if you want to take the twist a little bit deeper, I invite you to bring that left hand over to the right knee. Right hand, if you're standing, can come down by your side, or maybe extend a little bit behind you. And then just gently twist from the waist, then the shoulders, and then the head and neck. And breathe. Then bringing those arms back up into a T. We're going to take it now on the other side. So the right hand is now coming over to the left knee, and the hand is either coming directly behind you or on the seat beside you or behind you, whichever feels good for you. The twist is originating from the waist, the side ribs, shoulders, neck and head. Breathing fully and deeply. And then inhale both arms up into that T, coming back to center. Bringing the arms forward again, and we're going to take another full body stretch. So nice length, feeling both the ground and upper extension. And exhale, release those hands down, shaking everything out before we go into some forward folds. So for a forward fold, this can also be done standing or sitting. If you're going to do it standing, you want to make sure your knees are bent. You don't want to do it with straight legs. In both cases, that we want to hinge from the hips. You don't want to round that back. So we're focused on keeping length from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Yeah, I hit my head as the tailbone. That makes a lot of sense, but maybe very telling. Okay, so here we go. We're going to inhale the arms up and overhead. On an exhale, we're bringing the hands right to those hip creases. Inhale, lengthen, and on an exhale, we're coming forward in a forward fold. Allowing the hands to go as far as you comfortably can while keeping length to the spine. And then inhale back up, lengthen again, and then exhale, forward fold. Coming up again, inhaling, lengthening, and exhale, forward fold. And one more time, coming back up. Inhale, lengthen, make sure you're broadening the chest, and then exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, coming back up. So now we're going to move to a back bend, and once again, I'm still a little bit forward on the chair. We're going to inhale the arms forward, and then exhale. We're allowing the hands to come back behind us, resting on the chair. We're going to lift from the sternum on the inhale, draw the shoulder blades together. The gaze can be either forward, or if you care to, you may look up towards the ceiling, your choice. Just make sure that the neck has length to it. You don't want to be crunching it back. And breathe. On an exhale, we're going to release the shoulders, bringing the palms in front. Take a few breaths before we take it again. We're going to inhale, coming forward. Exhale, bringing those hands back behind us. Inhale, lift from the sternum, draw the shoulder blades together. Find the comfortable gaze for your head and neck. And notice your breath. Is it stable? Is it slow, fast, smooth, or ragged? And then exhale, release the hands forward, palms together at the heart center. Let's take a few more breaths. And we're going to take one more. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, coming back behind us. Inhale, lifting from the sternum. Draw those shoulder blades together. Feel that through the back and front of the body. All the while remembering the connection of the feet to the ground and the buttocks to the ground of the chair. And then exhale, let's release the shoulders, bringing the palms back together. Let's pause and breathe. And releasing the hands down. We're going to do some leg raises. So for this one, I recommend remaining in the chair. We're just going to gently bend and straighten the leg. So just kicking out. And then let's pause the movement of that leg. Release the foot down and gently bend and straighten the other leg. And then we're going to pause that movement. Now, if you have your strap, this is the time we're going to grab it. And we're going to take that strap underneath the right foot to start, extending the leg long. And we're going to massage the bottom of the foot, creating some warmth. And then we're going to allow the strap to rest underneath the ball of the foot. And then we're going to extend the leg long, pressing the foot into the strap and then drawing the arms back by the side so that you're also pulling on the strap from the arms as the leg is pushing into the strap. So you've got a nice isometric stretch going on there. You may feel this in the calf, you may feel it in the hamstrings as well. Notice the connection of the opposite foot to the ground as you're also grounding with the other foot, even though it's raised. You're going to ground into that strap. And then we're going to take the strap in both of the right hands. Both straps into the right hand. I only have one right hand. And then holding onto the chair, if that feels good, we're just going to allow that leg to open up and then bring it back to center. Allow it to open, back to center. Again, finding a breath with the movement, either an inhale or an exhale, whichever feels best for you with this movement. And then last one. Coming back to center, releasing that foot down, noticing how one leg feels versus the other. You may feel like you've grown an inch on that one leg. And then we're going to cross over the other side. And once again, massage the sole of the foot. Allowing the strap to rest under the ball of the foot. And then we're going to take the strap so that we're extending the legs long, the leg long, the ball of the foot's pressing into the strap, the arms are coming back, elbows back to by the side. So you've got a little bit of a isometric stretch going on here, breathing into it. And then take the straps into the left hand, other hand can hold onto the chair. And then we're going to extend that leg out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. And release that foot down. You can put the strap off to the side. We won't need it. And then we're just going to extend that leg and we're going to point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, and then circle the ankle in one direction, then the other direction. And release the foot back down, taking it up again, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, and then circle the ankle in one direction, then the other direction. And then release the foot down. Now, we normally come out of the chair with blast offs, but I'm gonna add a little extra to this. It's called the no plop. And again, very good grounding pose. We're really gonna focus on the feet connecting with the floor. So if you recall in blast off, we offer the option of hugging the arms in, hinging forward, and coming to standing. Okay, so this is your position. Now you're gonna bring the arms in front of you. You're gonna bend the knees, hinge from the hips, and we're gradually coming back towards the chair. You're doing it in a very controlled motion, and you're gonna hit the seat of the chair without plopping down. So you want a smooth transition. That means you're gonna be using the legs a lot, not the upper body to guide you down, okay? Here we go again. Blasting off. Hands in front, hinging from the hips, bending the knees, butt is coming back. Feeling the sensation in the legs as you're strengthening and allowing the butt to reach the chair with no plop. We're gonna do one more. Hugging it in. Inhale, coming back up. Hands in front. Hinging from those hips, bending the knees, taking it nice and slow. Feel the strength in the legs. Wait for that butt to hit the chair before settling back in. Everybody do it without plopping? Good, that means those chair poses we've been doing are paying off. So now one last one, we're actually gonna come up, hinging from the hips, and we're gonna come to standing. So let's just again take the time to reconnect those feet with the floor. Coming up on the toes, back on the heels, up on the toes. And again, if you want to remain seated, you can do this. You can just come up on the toes, back in the heels, just as we did at the beginning of class. And then pause the movement, maybe march it out a little bit as we come to our mountain pose. Now we had a new moon. I'm now losing track. It was either yesterday or the day before. So I thought we'd just welcome this new moon, hoping that it brings spring with it. So we're going to do a little moon salutation. And we're going to start with our crescent moon to star to goddess, and then we'll do a little triangle movement on each side. So let's bring the palms together, creating our church and steeple mudra, in which the ring finger, middle finger, pinky, all are folded down, index fingers pointed up. We're inhaling the arms up and overhead, and then we're exhaling over to one side, inhaling back to center, exhaling over to the other side. Inhale back to center. Release the hands down. Let's step the feet apart. And before we bring the arm movements into it, make sure that your stance with the toes pointed out a little bit is comfortable for you to bend your knees. So you're just taking a little gentle movement of the legs. And then we're going to come up into star. Then the hands come into cactus or goddess arms, and we're coming, it's like we're sliding down the back of a chair or back of a wall. Nice length to the spine. Feel the feet connect to the ground, coming back up. Left hand comes to the left thigh. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, coming over into our, well, it's not really triangle. This is more like a lateral bend. And then coming back up to star, to goddess, to star. Right hand to right thigh, other hand up and over, back to star, back to goddess, back to star. Release the hands down, step the feet together, palms come together with our church and steeple mudra. Inhale the arms up. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale back up. and exhale over to the other side. I'm gonna bring this up a little more, because again, part of keeping those feet grounded and stable, we're gonna step the feet a little bit wide. And again, just like we did in the goddess pose, I'm gonna invite you to ground the feet and feel the flexibility of the movement from the knees. So we're just gonna take the knee bends from side to side. And just notice that gentle sway here. You're not doing anything too extreme, just a gentle movement using the knee and the foot to maintain stability. Now, when you feel like you've got the knee action going, of course, we always have to add something. We're going to add the arm. So as we bring it over to the right arm, we're going to bring that right arm up and bring the hand down. And then on the left, so we're creating like a little halo movement. And then over to the other side. And then once again. And over. So I call it a halo movement. I don't know whether it's really a halo, but you're kind of creating a circle with that arm. So again, we're bringing in the upward movement with the hand, yet we're still grounding with the foot and the leg. And then last one, coming over, releasing the hand down, and then we're going to march it out. And then, of course, no class is complete without a balance movement. So let's do our tree move. I've got the right leg closest to the chair. We're going to turn the foot out, bring the left heel either to the right ankle or to the calf, and then bring your arms into whatever position is your expression of the tree. It's always good to find a place to focus your gaze to help with the balance. So it can be directly in front of you, or if you like to gaze downward, maybe it's a point on the floor. It's called a drishti, a focused gaze. And then release that foot down, march it out. And then we're going to take it on the other side. So once again, finding the strength and stability with my left leg now, holding onto the chair until I feel that strength, turning the right foot out, bringing the right heel either to the left ankle or to the calf, and your position with the foot could be different this time. And then find the movement that feels best for your tree. And breathe. And release the hands down, release the foot down, march it out. Now that we've got this sense of balance and stability in our bodies, let's do the breath of joy. So it's 3 inhales, and on the exhale, it's a ha. So the 3 inhales are inhaling once in front, out to the side, and then overhead. Ready? 3 in a row. Ha. 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 And last one. Ha. Now I invite you to turn towards the chair, taking the hands to the back of the chair, and then gently walking backwards, finding the place where your feet feel grounded, and yet you've still got a nice stretch in the back of the legs and the back body. For me, I really feel this stretch in the low back and the hamstrings. And then if you want to engage the calves a little bit more, maybe you come up on one toe, release the heel down, then come up on the other toe, release the heel down. Just some gentle movements, or just keep the feet straight, whichever feels best. And then as you feel ready, We're going to gradually walk towards the back of the chair, coming back up to standing, and very gently finding your way back to the chair and maybe coming into the chair with a no plop. And then I invite you to gently close your eyes and focus on your breath. And just notice the quality of the breath. Is it fast or slow? And then note the length of the breath. So by that, what I mean is you may want to count your inhale. Maybe it's an inhale of 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's more. And whatever that number is on the inhale, I invite you to explore extending your exhale. So by that, I mean if your count in the inhale is 1, 2, 3, then you would exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And if that feels okay with that exhale, the next time I invite you to inhale 1, 2, 3, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3. The next exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to work up so that your exhale is 2 counts more than your inhale, whatever that number is. Taking your time and just notice how you feel as you extend the exhale. And then gradually return your breath to its normal breath. Continue to keep your eyes closed, focusing on the breath. I'm going to read a poem by Dana Folds called The Soul of Yoga. What is the soul of yoga? Follow your heart into the center of the pose and find them in the midst of detail and precision, in breath, alignment, balance, bliss, fear, and sadness. At the very core of all of this is love. Touch upon your truest nature, even once, and the experience of what you really are sears the psyche like the surface of the sun. The soul of yoga. The gift within the pose is the moment of communion, resting in pure essence, the awakening as if from sleep to the face of unmistakable divinity, the ineffable wonder and the living reality of spirit. Oh yes, the soul of yoga is love. I invite you to either bring your hands to your heart or your palms in front of you. I honor the place within you in which the entire universe dwells, that place of peace, love, and divinity. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. The light in me honors light in each and every one of you. And I'm going to pause the recording.